Hey everyone, it's Caitlin. Welcome back to another journal video. Today, in anticipation for the Hobonichi fall shop opening, I thought I would go through the current website that released last Friday and talk about my picks for 2024. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I thought were really interesting in the lineup, go over what I'm actually planning on picking up because not everything I liked I ended up deciding to purchase. And finally, I thought I'd talk a little bit about how I'm going to be placing my order this year and where I'm going to be ordering my stuff because I know as a Hobonichi first-timer myself, that was definitely something that I had to do some research on. So I thought I would share with you how I'm planning to do that in case anyone else is new to ordering from Hobonichi like I am. So yeah, let's just get into it and look at the full lineup and I'll tell you what I'm thinking of picking up. So I've been staying up to date with the previews from Hobonichi, so I did recognize a couple of the covers when they released back last Friday and they showed the entire website, but when I was browsing this website at 10 p.m. on Thursday, which is when it came out my time, there definitely were a couple things that I was intrigued by, and there were a couple things that kind of caught my eye on first impression that I was thinking about buying. And I will just mention, I really like how Hobonichi lets you have a week to preview the items before you can buy them. I know for me, sometimes the things that I like on first impression are not necessarily things that I will end up buying and using for a long time. So it's been really nice to be able to kind of look at this throughout the week, mull over the different items, and then kind of come to a conclusion of what I want to purchase before I can actually buy things so that I'm a bit more confident in my choices and I'm purchasing things that are well thought out and less impulsive and less like, ooh, this is a really cool cover, I'm gonna buy it, even though I historically am never the kind of person who stays in a cover, that kind of thing. So I'll mention kind of the things that appealed to me at first and then I'll jump into what I'm actually buying. But I'm just gonna start on this first page of the site, which is the Techo side, and then I'll go through the accessories and the drawer pouch, because that was the order I originally went through. But in terms of what I found interesting, so I'll just disclaim right away, I am an A5 Hobonichi person, so I mainly focused on the A5 items in the lineup. Although a couple of the A6 and Weeks things did catch my eye, and I'll mention those, but the first thing that obviously I kind of eyeballed was the cousin that I'm probably going to be picking up this year, which is the Hobonichi Techo Cousin Japanese edition for 2024. I was curious to see how this was different from the other books and also really interested to check out the hone that they dropped on the last day of previews that fully shook my confidence in my choices, which was the Tomataro Makino hone. So I definitely took a look at this one right away. And I checked out the English as well in the Avec, but personally I do just prefer the Japanese. I find that the layout just is better for me. I prefer it, and I'll go into this, but because I don't put a cover on my notebook, I just kind of put a clear cover on it. The color of the lettering on the front really matters to me, so personally I prefer the gray over the yellow. So I took a look at the English, but was like, yeah, okay, we're probably gonna stick with either the Japanese or the hone. And then I took a look at a couple of the covers as well for the A5. Some of the interesting ones to me were the One Piece items. I'm just starting to watch One Piece, so I wouldn't purchase any of these personally, but I thought it was cool to see how they translated the show into planner cover designs. Also, the Mother collection was cool. I love gaming, so this kind of pixeled design was really cool to see. And this character is just so cool looking. And then I also really liked this bag design. I knew I couldn't purchase it because it's Japan only and it's like $200. But this one was really cool as well, and it kind of opens like a, here we go, like you can slip your cover in here, and it has all these pockets, which I thought was really interesting, and the color itself was gorgeous, but couldn't really pick that one up, but I thought that was cool too. And then the other one that I thought was really interesting was this one, which was the Have a Nice Day cover. This one definitely tempted me. But I know myself, and I know that I'm not really a cover person when it comes to my planners. It's just something that, I don't know, I just prefer having the book on its own. I like clear covers because it protects them, but just having a book in a cover just never really works for me, unfortunately. So this one I thought a lot about between last Friday and kind of the website opening, but ultimately decided that this would be something I would pass on, even though it was really interesting. And then really the only other cover I was interested in, besides that one that I saw in the A5 lineup, was this Velluto cover, which is the zip cover from Hobonichi. This one I was intrigued by specifically because I thought it would be great to travel with and to protect my cousin. So I was kind of tempted by this one, but what I ended up doing was I ended up looking in my drawers to see if I had anything similar that I could use instead, because I only travel once or twice a year, so it's not something that would get a lot of use anyway. So if I had something, it probably would make more sense to just use that over buying something for such a limited and rare event. And I ended up finding my gray Delphonics pouch in the medium size, which not only fits my cousin perfectly, but has lots of pockets for carrying other supplies, which would be perfect for travel. So I kind of rediscovered this one and decided that I would probably just go with this instead of the Velluto cover, since, you know, this one would be $63, which isn't wild, but definitely not something I'd want to pick up in addition to my Delphonics. I'd rather just use what I have and use the Delphonics, since it's something that I already own. And then when I was kind of going through the website, I'm not going to be purchasing an A6, but I thought that the A6 Hone for One Piece was really cool looking. And of course, the Tomotaro and the A6, beautiful, just like the A5. And for the Weeks, I actually thought that the olive one was quite nice, this guy here. But then also, I thought that it was cool how they came out with a neutral mega that has like the navy and the gold. I thought that was really nice. But nothing I was really considering, more just kind of cool to check out, really. And then the final thing that I considered and kind of shook my confidence with my choices, and let me see, I think it's here, is the A5 Hone in the Tomotaro Makino design. So really for me, when I was thinking about what I wanted to pick up for my book, I was really torn between this one and the Japanese Cousin, which is kind of the traditional looking planner. And I ultimately decided I wanted to go with the Japanese Cousin, but I'll talk about a couple things that led me to that decision in case anyone else is between these two books like I was. So the first thing that I thought about with this that kind of swayed me away from it was I thought about how I actually use this book. And for me, I paste a lot of photos in my journal. And because of that, the book definitely does tend to grow and bulk up. And I was a bit concerned that the Hone cover, because it is a harder cover notebook, if it would struggle to accommodate that bulk, and it would put a lot of, you know, pressure on the spine. Of course, like the worst case scenario would be the actual cover breaking off of the notebook or something like that happening, which would be horrible. But that was something that I was thinking about with this, and I'd seen on Instagram a couple people had shared how their Hone had grown over the year, and it looked like it could handle quite a bit of bulk, but it just was something that I wasn't sure was the best idea for me, especially because I do put a lot of photos in. The second thing I thought about with this guy was the cover design and if I would grow tired of it after 6, 8, 10 months, because this is a book for an entire year. For me, if I don't like the look of something or how I'm using it or the functionality, I will let go of it to use something else, which isn't ideal if you're trying to stay in a notebook for a year. So one of the things that kind of swayed me away from this guy as well was between this cover and the Cousin cover. To me, the Cousin cover is just a little more simple, it's a little more timeless, and something that I would not grow tired of as easily as this, even though this is really beautiful. I don't know if I would want to look at this every day for a year. Versus the other one is just so simple, I don't think I would ever get tired of it. And then the last thing that actually fully switched me was the actual price. So the A5 Cousin in the home style is $62 Canadian in Japanese, and in the traditional home, or sorry, the traditional Cousin, it is $50. So there's a $12 Canadian difference between the home and the Techo Cousin softcover book. And for me, that kind of was the big deciding factor. I realized, did I like the Hone enough to pay an extra $12 for it and pay a little more to have the hardcover and the ribbon bookmarks and the design? And for me, I realized the answer was no. I didn't really see the value in those additional features enough to actually pay more for the book. So that was really what kind of swayed me away from going for a Hone. That said, I do still really like this. I think it's really beautiful, but those were just kind of the thoughts that I had that helped me decide between this book and The Cousin, which is the book I will be purchasing for 2024. So in terms of the actual lineup of the covers and notebooks, that's kind of what I settled on in terms of what I would be picking up. I have decided not to pick up any covers, and this is because, one, I know myself, I am not a cover person. I don't tend to stay in covers very often, and I just love the look of the Cousin on its own. I don't know what it is, but to me this design is just so like chef's kiss amazing. So I'll just probably be buying another clear cover to replace my current one, and that will be my cover for next year. And the other thing I thought about was, you know, I'm still kind of unsure about the Have a Nice Day cover. I think this is really nice, but because I'm not fully sure in this moment, I decided I'm just gonna wait and think about it. And, you know, I think some of these items do sell out right away, of course, but from what I understand from doing some research, a lot of these do get restocked in November and throughout the year, and there is new things that do come out in February of 2024 for the spring release. So after I remembered that, I just kind of took off the pressure on myself to decide everything finally right now before the September release, because I realized that, you know, this cover, I have time to think about it. If it sells out right now, it'll probably restock sometime during the year, and then I can pick it up again if I really want it. But I guess I just realized that not everything needed to be finalized right now, and you know, I could have the flexibility to pick things up throughout the year as my plans changed, and that was totally okay. So yeah, I thought about this one, but again, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna wait and see. Okay, let's move on to accessories. So before the web shop even opened, I knew 100% I needed to buy a pencil board for 2024 because my Techo is starting to get not chunky, but the pages sometimes are getting a little uneven, and I felt like I needed to pick up a pencil board to help accommodate that. So I knew off the top of my head that was something that I needed to purchase. I was really excited when I saw the Tomotaro Makino pencil board in the A5 size, because I hadn't really been super excited by any of the other pencil boards released up until that point. But when I looked at the A5 one, I don't know if anyone else found this, but I just found that the design, I'm gonna move this, there we go. I just found the design wasn't something that, I don't know, really gravitated me that much. I really like this one, and I like the one, I actually own this pencil board and I think it's really great, but something about this one with the pink and the green and then the like bright aqua green back with the dark pink marker, just, I don't know, it didn't really resonate with me to say that, quite honestly. You can see how it looks here. I don't know, I don't know, I did not live, laugh, love it. And I kind of thought this was gonna be the pencil board, but I don't know, I didn't really love it. And I was like, oh, should I just pick this one up because it's better than the other ones in terms of my preferences? But I was like, no, I want to get a pencil board that I actually really like. I thought about the traditional one, but I don't really love this one either. And the one that's kind of been intriguing me most of the time, these are all the pencil boards here, the one that's intrigued me the most so far is actually this one, which is a pencil board I think they released in 2022 by the photographer Saul Leiter. And this one is A5. They actually didn't release any of the other sizes. And this one, I think I will be picking up. I like that it's neutral. I like that the little page marker is neutral and it's not like some bright color. So I think this might be the option. I do really like this one. It's not like a wow, like this is the most beautiful pencil board ever, but I'm kind of in a situation where I really need to pick up a pencil board, and this is the one I like the most compared to everyone else in the lineup. So yeah, I think this one's cool too. I put a lot of photos in my journal, so I think it'll kind of match in that way. Yes, I do need my pencil board to match my journal. That is me as a person. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be picking up this one as well. So finally, we've arrived at the third section of the shopping tab, which is the drawer pouch. And when I came on the website and I was going through, I arrived at this section and I hadn't seen any of the previews, the sneak peeks, been any of the drawer pouches. I didn't even know that Hobonichi had this thing called the drawer pouch. So this section I was like really intrigued by. I didn't know what it was. I was very interested, and I realized that the drawer pouch is essentially Hobonichi's line of pencil cases, really, and other kind of zip pouches that you can use for supplies for your journaling, but also other things. And immediately I saw this small drawer pouch, and I scrolled down and I could see there were some designs from this year as well as previous years, and I was immediately gravitated to this guy. This has this otter on it, and there's a rooster on the tail of the otter. And I don't know about you, but that just really got me. I was like, wow, that is actually the best thing I've seen this entire release. This is so cool. And I took a look at the inside. It has all these pockets on the left. It has a zip on the right. It's made of this kind of, I think it's actually made of like a nylon polyester. Yeah, polyester material. So in terms of durability, she's fine. She's good to go. And I was fully not anticipating picking up another pencil case. And yes, pencil cases are my weakness. I do like to buy pencil cases. We don't need to discuss that further, but I really like this. And I was at this point where I was like, do I want to pick up a cover? Do I want to get something special from this lineup? And I saw this guy and I was like, this is the one. This is the fun purchase that I want to get with my cousin that is from this lineup. It's really fun, it's really cool, but also it's something that I'm going to use a lot. I think I've mentioned this a bit, but this year we got a puppy, and it's really transformed how I journal and what I use to journal, because I've now kind of gotten this requirement in my life that things be durable and not so fragile. So something like my leather case, which I love, I don't really bring around the house, because if Clover got her teeth on this, I would be incredibly sad. But something like this, it's small, it's made of polyester, so it's durable. I don't have to worry about it, and I can just put all my supplies in this and carry it around as kind of an everyday pencil case. And it's gonna get the job done, which I'm really excited about. And the nice thing about pencil cases is you can use them for many different things. So there's a way to repurpose things. But yeah, I just thought this was just so fun. And I think I'm gonna pick this up alongside my Techo for next year. Isn't it so cute? I just love it. So with that, that is the choices that I have made for Hobonichi season. Oh, by the way, it's cool with the drawer pouch. They actually show you like different ways you can use it. One of which is, where is it? The Nintendo Switch? Like, come on. That's wild. I'm getting too excited. But anyway, yeah, that is my plan for my lineup for 2024. I think I'm gonna pick up a cousin in Japanese. I'm gonna pick up this super cute drawer pouch so I can use this with my cousin as just kind of an everyday pencil case that's durable, can carry all my supplies, super easy breezy. I don't have to worry about it. I can keep this guy on my desk for all my other supplies that I don't need every single day, so I can reuse this still. And yeah, I think that's the plan. I want to quickly mention also the budget I had. So this very much falls in line with the budget I had for this release. I did not want to spend a ton of money on this, and right now I'm looking at about, I think, 120 Canadian dollars before shipping, which I'm comfortable with. Because, you know, the book itself, you're looking at $50 for, and I did want to pick up a couple accessories. So for me, that budget is good. And I will not be getting free shipping because you need 310 Canadian dollars to achieve that. So I'll probably pay a little more in shipping, but I think that's a good range. And I will be ordering from the Hobonichi website directly. The reasoning for that is that this pencil case is exclusive to the web shop, so I cannot buy it outside of the website, from what I understand, which is fine. I think it's cool for my first time ordering from Hobonichi to order directly from their website and get that experience. But I will let you know what it was like with the shipping and all of that when I do actually get my items. But that is the plan. I really like the different things I've picked out. I'm excited about my pencil case, the pencil board, finally, and the new Techo for 2024. And let me know below what you're thinking of picking up for next year from Hobonichi, and what your favorites were from the release that you're going to be picking up as well. I'd love to hear. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm thinking of picking up, and I will share my unboxing of all the items once I do receive them in the mail. So yeah, hope you're excited about that as well. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everybody.